Welcome back to episode 20 of Mike on the Mandolin. I'm super happy you've decided to spend a few minutes here with me today. Please click the subscribe button and tap the notification bell if you feel I've earned your support from this video. Today I'm going to show you how to play through the circle of fourths without moving your hand up or down the fretboard. I find this is a really useful skill, not only in warming up, but just really getting to know the fretboard a lot more. We're going to use four-finger closed positions. Well, technically there's a couple of places where I'm not going to use a closed position, but I'll talk about that when I get to it. So this exercise really works the pinky. The circle of fourths is a way to get around all 12 keys. It's basically the circle of fifths, but going backwards through it. You start on a key and then play that scale and then move to the fourth from your starting point. So for example, if you started on C, your next scale is F. And I find that this is a really standard way for me to really warm up, and it helps me loosen up. But mostly it helps me remember always where the fourth is in any key that I'm playing in. And once, of course, I know where the fourth is, then I know where the fifth is, and vice versa. So it can be just a really good kind of memory tool for you to learn. So if you remember from the other lessons, I mentioned that the great thing about the mandolin is that it's symmetrical and the patterns are transposable. So what this means is we always kind of know two things. That's that the fifth is always a string below the same fret as your starting note. So for example, if I play the G here, I know that just one string below and on the same fret is the fifth of G, which is the D, right? Or if I play on the C, I know that the fifth below, the G. And that's everywhere on the fretboard. So if I play a note, I always know that my fifth is one note, is one string, and on the same fret below, right? So, right, I always know where my fifth is on that. And what's really cool about that is then you also know where your fourth is, because if this is the fifth, right, going down, right, and I always know that, right, that my fifth is there, then I know that going up, right, is my fourth. So if I start on the C, right, and I go up, or on the G, and I go up, then I know that that's my fourth, right? Because in this case, C is the fourth of G, right? Or G is the fourth of D. So there, it's an inverse relationship. Going down is the fifth, going up is the fourth, right? So that's a pretty cool thing to know. And it's kind of intuitive in the sense that I showed you before that if you go up a string and then back a fret, that it's your third, right? So, and the minor is the minor third, right? So the fourth. So if I hold those down, I'm playing the fifth and the root and the fourth at the same time. I guess that's a suspended fourth. So it's kind of cool. We've got, if you start on a note, I know that my fifth is down, and I know that my fourth is up, or my third is there. I also know that because if this is my fifth, so if this is my starting note, the G, that my fourth is just one whole step away from that, or two frets away from that. Right? So that can be a really useful thing if you're asked to play in a particular key for a song, right? I can know that D says, say we're playing the key of D. I know that my in this particular case that the fourth is G, right? And then I know that my fifth is just a whole step above, and then back to the root. All right, so let's play through the circle of fourths, and I'm going to show you this using all of the finger patterns that were in the other lessons. So first finger closed position, second finger closed position, third finger closed position, and fourth finger. If you haven't looked at those videos, I'd recommend going back and learning those patterns. It can be useful to this step. So let's start on C, right? Right, so key of C, there's no flats or sharps, so all right, let's play through it. I'm going to play through this. So one thing about this particular exercise, I'm going to play through it, is that I'm going to go up to the ninth on each scale. So the ninth, of course, is just one note past your octave. So if I'm playing up the C scale, then I'm going up to the D. And I'm not going to go all the way back down to my root. So I'm going to play through like this. Haha. Right, so you see I played through all 12 keys and I didn't have to move my hand up or down the fretboard. So let me break that down a little bit slower for you. So I'm going to start with C. Right, and I'm not going to go to my root there. So you see I started on the third finger closed position. Now I'm going to go to the F. And I'm starting on the second finger closed position. And in this particular case, I'm not actually using the fourth finger to play the A and the E. So you could play that also. But I have really short fingers, and I find that really uncomfortable to play this close to the nut on the fretboard. So that was F, and now we're going to go to B flat. So second finger closed position. Now we're going to go to E flat. Right? Again, I'm not going down to my root position. I'm holding on the second. We're going to go to the A flat, and this is all first finger closed position. Right? Now we're going to go to, so that was the A flat. Now we're going to go to the D flat. And this time we're using the fourth finger closed position. Right, so then we're going to go to the G flat. Then we're going to go to the B. And then we're going to go to the E. And then to the A. Right, and then to the D, and I'm going to use the fourth finger closed position on this one. Right, D, and then G, I'm going to start on the third finger closed position. And then I'm going to go to the C. So you see how we came full circle on that. We went around all 12 keys, and we did it without moving our hand up or down the fretboard. Right? You could play all of that with first finger closed position. Like you could be like. Right? You could. That was. I should have went to the B flat there, but you get my point. Like you could play it first finger closed position, but you have to move your hand a lot, and what you really want is that. Right? So you really want to be able to move that. And of course, I've made a few mistakes in there. I was probably playing that a little faster than I should. But it's just a great thing to learn about your fretboard. And what I'd recommend too is calling out the names of the notes while you do it. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. To the ninth, the D. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And even if you don't do it out loud, which I would recommend doing it in your head, making sure that you're audiating that so that you know the note in your brain that you're playing, and you're not just making sound on it. And that'll really help you learn the fretboard. So when somebody says to you, let's play in G flat, right? The singer says, I want to sing this in G flat. You're not scrambling as much to try to find the 1, the 4, and the 5, because if you know where the 1 is, you know where the 4 is, and you know where the 5 is on the fretboard. So I've provided the links to the tab and standard notation in my Patreon feed, listed in the links below. The lessons will always be free, but if you enjoyed these videos, please consider supporting. Also, if you like this video, please like it below, leave a comment, and subscribe. The best way that you can help support the channel is really to help share with other mandolin players. Until next time, keep picking.